It was late 2023, and by this point, I've been going to the gym consistently for about 6 months, I would say, and was I think a lot of progress recently. And one day, as I was in the gym with my gym buddies, and we were having the best time of our lives, literally laughing at everything, making jokes, telling each other life experiences, and just talking about life in general. I was on those machines for the legs, where you basically have to push as hard as you can with your legs to be pushed backwards. It is just like really great exercise for your entire legs. I got approached by my father, and immediately, the second he saw me and shook my hand, because it is like a bro thing that we do. That's how we tell hi to each other. He immediately checked my weights of with how much resistance I was training that exercise. And boy, he was surprised. What do you mean, TR? 125 kilograms? You're gonna rip your muscle tissue off. What what are you thinking? And I just thought to myself, but Dad, I can do this pretty consistently. And this is actually even lightweight. I can even go to 145 kilograms if I wanted to. And by that point, it would truly hurt. But this is just fine. And he said, no, 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 this isn't fine. Ah, You know, maybe I should buy you like a true trainer that would truly teach you how to exercise, not just with those machines that you're working out with, but with like actual proper exercises that you truly need for maximum effort and efficiency when it comes to the gym. And not just the gym, but your everyday exercises in general. And so, a couple of months passed by, and after we got back home, he told me that the new trainer was already on his way, but he wouldn't be able to coach me for like the another 1.5 months. So I had no problem to actually wait that long. And plus, I was also reading a couple of powerful books that I really wanted to get it done as soon as possible. So I had a lot of time to prepare for that. And so it was now January of 2024. New Year's Eve had finally passed, and it was the start of a new year. And I still remember the drive with my dad that we took to our local gym where I was supposed to have that first workout with him. And oh boy, was I really interested in him. My dad has been hyping him up so much that he basically knows everything what he is talking about, that he will teach you anything, that all you have to do is just listen to him and you'll be good to go. And yeah, I was actually visualizing already how that workout session will go. And yeah, let's just say I wasn't disappointed. When we got there, he was the most chillest, like the nicest dude you could think about. Yeah, sure, he wasn't my age, like I was expecting him to be, like 25 or something. I'm 17, so yeah. But he was like 41. But mentally, he was like my age basically. So yeah, we got along just fine. We talked about women, of course, about our businesses, about physical health, of course, in the first place, and our mental health journeys as well. But the thing that we related to the most was the books that we are reading. You see, in Christmas of 2023, so like a couple of weeks before our first gym session together started, I received four powerful books that I really wanted to read since the start of my self improvement journey, which was like before summer of 2023 even. And those were The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, The 4 Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. These four books, oh boy, they were masterpieces on their own, and I definitely recommend for everyone to read them. They are just so interesting and they have so many new ideas when it comes to living life that you'll be completely reformed. And once I told him about these books that I've been reading, he related to me so hard. He even said that The Way of the Superior Man? Hmm. He was quite surprised because that book isn't really famous in the country where I live, but he still had it in his bookshelf. It was just that he never read it once in his life. And so I told him, bro, what are you doing? This is like one of the best books when it comes to masculinity, and you're procrastinating on it. You must read it right now. Then what he also read was the 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. That one we had a lot of common with. And it was actually the first book out of those four which I read. And boy, did it completely change my view when it came to entrepreneurship and having financial, location, and time freedom. And then he also talked about how he read The 4 Hour Body by the same author, Tim Ferriss, which is a book that I plan on to read someday. And he even told me that it was quite decent. And of course, he knew about David Goggins, but he has never read any of his books, so yeah. But still, Can't Hurt Me, one of the best books of all time, possibly like in my top 10. And I haven't read his other book, but I'm gonna do it someday. But the one that we related to the most was the 48 Laws of Power. Oh boy, that one, he immediately knew what I was talking about. Like, yeah, sure, he didn't guess the author's name right away, but he was like, wait, the 48 Laws of Power? Wait, that's the same guy who wrote the 33 Laws of War, right? And Mastery and bro, I was in love. but not in a sexual way, of course, but in a friendful way, of course. Since, of course, Robert Greene is one of my most favorite authors of all time, and hands down, if I become rich financially, locationally, and timely, I will be continuing to reading his books for the rest of my life. They're just masterpieces, like Mastery, The Laws of Human Nature. That is an incredible one, which I plan on reading constantly, and The 48 Laws of Power. I've only read those three books out of his like entire collection. I haven't read Seduction and the 33 Laws of Power, but I'm definitely gonna do it someday because they're just that good. And I have faith in Robert Greene that he absolutely went all out with them. And plus, I even heard that he's writing another one called The Law of the Sublime, which is probably gonna be his masterpiece through like the teasers that he has put out on his YouTube channel. He has talked about how he has been putting it so so much effort into it over the past couple of years that it's just gonna be insane. He talks about all the different passions of his, like animals, for example. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. And so this was the one author that we connected through the most. And as we are talking about all of these authors and all of these books, he cannot help but just admire me. He even complimented me openly, saying that I don't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely said something along the lines of, dude, you're so young. How how the fuck are you so motivated to work so hard? Because of course, I don't want to say that he comes from like the 99% of people because he wasn't in the 99% of people, but he's definitely surrounded by them on a daily basis. And so, the first thing that he sees on the streets when he sees 17 to 18-year-old kids just like me, you know, like if you could, like in a third person perspective, like levitate off of your hometown and you could look through the roofs of like your entire hometown and you could see like all of your past classmates, all of your friends that you hang around with, just ask yourself, what are they doing right now? One of them is possibly watching porn, one of them is masturbating to some kind of fetish that he has, one of him is possibly completing like his 9 hour marathon when it comes to CSGO or something. One of them is probably like scrolling on social media, possibly on TikTok, singing some random bullshit that he heard on TikTok. And yeah, he was completely caught off guard. when he met me, I bet that he most likely thought that I was gonna be like one of the rich spoiled kids that don't value anything and anyone. But as I saw it in his eyes, he was completely blown away by the amount of action and dedication that I was willing to take. Because he had told me about stories before, about like his past clients of his, that he once had this kid that came to him, basically like to have a lesson, of course. And he basically like laid down and he refused to do any exercises through the entire hour. Like his dad paid for everything for the entire lesson that costed like 17 euros, which is a lot by the way, but not as much as the other coaches in my hometown. But basically, what matters is that his dad paid the full price for his son to just lay there for an entire hour. How disrespectful is that? Like, what the fuck? That guy, that trainer, he was like one of the most skillful men when it came to the fitness industry. Like, I believe him the most. Of course, his diet wasn't the best. He was eating like sweet crackers or like some gummies every time that we were together, like these Sour Patch snails, for example, or worms. And so, yeah. But still, he had a lot of fucking muscle. Like, he was jacked as fuck. So I believed him no matter what he said. Every exercise that he showed me, I made sure that I tried it at least once in my daily routine. And bro, the amount of progress that I've been seeing is just completely insane. He refined the way that I was doing plank, and right now I'm doing it so efficiently that bro, my lats they're growing like there's no tomorrow. And I've been only working them out for like the past 3 months, like when it comes to working out them with the plank exercise, of course. Of course I've been working them out with like the machines and everything, but yeah, what you eventually find out on your self improvement journey is that it is so fucking easy to motivate other people and to become the best version of yourself. Because when it comes to like your local area, no one actually tries when you think about it. Like, remember the analogy from a couple of minutes ago, how we talked about your local hometown, and if you could go into like this third person perspective and like look through the roofs of your everyone's houses in your local area. Yeah, just no one actually tries. They go to school, they have a shitty life, they aren't motivated to do anything because why not? Because why make progress in the real life when I can just play some Call of Duty for like the past hour of the day and absolutely annihilate my potential? It is so easy in this modern day to start waking up at 5 a.m., to start doing all the disciplined good habits that will benefit you in the long term, like meditating, gratitude journaling, exercising, and working on your business, for example, something that fulfills you. It is so easy to get respect from people nowadays. All you need to do is just basically get on the right path, start doing the good habits, find your purpose in life, align it to some kind of a business. And the easiest method of all is basically to start reading books. Like, who reads nowadays? Like, yeah, sure, the top 10% of people most likely do, but like the 9% of people of that 10%, they mostly read it like once in a while. Like, they don't read more than 5 books per year. But there is the 1% of people who read like 50 books per year, and those are the true winners among us. And you can become one of them so easily. You can just pick any skill that you want to master through your purpose in life, like through this authentic activity, and then you can master it by reading a fuck ton of books, and then you can tell that value to the outside world, like to the people that you want for them to admire you, and they will, because making people admire you and actually respecting you is a matter of mastery of how skillful you are when it comes to life in general. And yeah, don't worry, everything in this world is connected. Meaning that if you, for example, learn how to kickbox, for example, then of course it's gonna be way easier for you to actually take the analogies and make the symbolism when it comes to playing the violin, for example. I know that since you're starting your self-improvement journey just yet, you won't understand what I'm trying to say, but everything is connected in some kind of way, be it direct or indirect, through like actual visual things that you can see on the first sight, or through like indirect symbolism or like analogies. You'll understand what I'm trying to say. So, you basically need to find something, anything that you can start mastering today. If it is self improvement in general, like becoming better in the three big desires of wealth, health, and relationships, or be it something completely specific, like learning how to code or something like that, just start something today, okay? And you need to dedicate yourself to that thing as much as possible. And that's where all the good habits come in, like all the time management strategies, all the sleep strategies, all the productivity strategies. You understand what I'm trying to say. I already have a lot of videos about those kinds of subjects, so you're always welcome to go. Okay, so put away the social media because what you actually need is not the instant dopamine hits that you get from them, like through watching your favorite Let's Play YouTubers. What you actually need, my friend, especially in the early stages of your self improvement journey, is to find this activity and to get confident in speaking about it. And that's when you get people to truly admire you, when you master it, and when you become so confident in it that you can speak about it with basically no thoughts in your head at all. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day, and with whom you can form these high unbreakable bonds that will last for a lifetime and who will be like your blood bonded brothers and give you knowledge whenever you need it, then you can join our Discord clan in the description and become a part of the family. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, of course, then I know that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, stop being held back by your surroundings and join us on this path to greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. And if you want to implement the powerful mindsets that have forged me on this path of self improvement, then just know that something very powerful is coming soon, okay? And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you